sir. Yes, sir. Guys, we are back in the building once again. Let me switch over to this thing so I can make sure that I have everything working well. But we are about to begin, guys. You know the drill already. We gotta wait 10 minutes so that a number of you guys can actually come in and, of course, get into the vibrations right there. And make sure everything is up on par. Am I live? Yes, I am. Switching to this thing right there. Somebody already don't like this stuff. Big up yourself one time for liking the vibrations. I do appreciate that. Right there, guys. Big up, big up, big up. The likes already in the building. You guys, wow. Okay, I just came and saw 5 people in the building, brothers and sisters. Of course, one person gave a like. I do appreciate that. Now, guys, I want to find out something before I get into the vibrations right there. Big up the other person who gave the thumbs up right there. I appreciate you right there as well. But there's 2 videos. I remember last reaction, live interaction reaction, brothers and sisters. Big up the other like right there. I appreciate you as well. Yes, guys. Keep the likes coming in. Keep the thumbs up coming in. I would appreciate that right there. Nick Rondura, big up yourself one time for definitely being in the building yet again. And of course, I had to ask this question, guys, because I wanted to know which exactly should I have done. Because a number of persons were hitting me up with the Daniel situation that took place in the Sufria region, and a number of persons were actually reaching out on the basis of me doing the interaction with Skerrit's press conference. So I want to ask you guys, what should I do in this year reaction? Because a number of persons were lambasting me with the Daniel thing. Michael St. Louis, big up yourself. Volume is low. Okay, let me see if I can make my volume a bit louder so that you guys can hear me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We in the building, sir. Okay, is my volume louder? Are you guys hearing me clear? If I need to make my volume a bit louder, I can definitely do so right there. Let me know that right there. Michael, is my volume louder? Is it clearer? My microphone is like right there. So I don't have the extender thing. But Shannon Cadet, big up yourself one time. Press conference with Skerrit. Oh yes. So do you want me to do the one with it's up to you. Let me put the poll. If I put let me put the poll so you guys can let me know right there which one I should do. Where's the poll thing? Where is it at? I forgot how to do the polls, guys. That's crazy. I need to do the polls, man. Live chat, switch to live chat. How do you do the polls? I think you probably have to wait for a number of persons. Big up the individuals, the 3 additional individuals who give a thumbs up on this year video. I appreciate you guys. There are 22 of you guys in 6 likes. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. Yes, click the thumbs up button. You don't know, and of course share this video as well so that others will know your boy is in the building. It seems like here people are talking about doing the press conference. I should do the press conference instead of the Daniel situation that took place in Sufria, guys. What are your thoughts? So 2 people, man, let me do the polls, man. That's crazy. Where is the poll stuff, bro? Okay, good. Good evening, Valentine, Bellot. Big up on yourself one time. Yes, guys, keep the likes coming in. Click the thumbs up button. Click the likes coming in right there. We're gonna be starting this stuff soon. So far, individuals want me to do the press conference of Skerrit, which I don't mind doing. This is what I actually had to do before. But a number of persons were bombarding me with the Daniel Langlo situation that took place in Dominica. So I came on here to find out if persons want me to do this one or to do the other one right there. You guys will let me know. So far, individuals want me to do the press conference. So that's not a problem. I can definitely do that. But since a number of persons were lambasting me with the situation that took place in Sufria, I figured I would try to give you guys the vote, so to speak. Oh, this. Okay, I have to set this up. Yes, sir. Save. Guys, I have no idea where my pools are, man. That's crazy. Where is that stuff, bro? Oh, there it is. Okay, let me put this in. Okay, guys, I'm gonna set it up and start the poll right there. So you guys will let me know. All right, there, guys. Which should I do? Should I do the souffle or should I do the press conference vibrations? Let me know that in the pollings right there, guys. So a number of you guys are automatically on the Skerrit press conference. Some of you guys are on the souffle murder. The reason why I did this, guys, is because you guys will basing me with the new video that just came out on the situation surrounding the souffle vibes. So I'm guessing probably some of you guys saw that, but you know, a number of you guys, I indicated last time that I would definitely be doing the press conference. I should have been doing that like about probably 2 weeks ago or something of that sort, but you know, something else came up. So I definitely had to do that. I'm gonna leave the polls up until the 10-minute mark is over, and if not, I'll just switch over. And when that is done, guys, I'll just switch over to the other one right there. So far 17% is saying do the souffle situation, and 83% is saying do the Skerrit press conference, which is absolutely fine for me right there, guys. I can do that, no doubt about it. As you can probably see, I have two of them up there. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I can definitely just switch over. Okay, Valentine is saying uh, they're watching from Guada. Big up the Guada Massive right there. Yes, guys. I see you guys liking. Yes, man. That's I feel the love, man. Can you feel the love tonight? Yes. I feel the love tonight since you guys just clicking the thumbs up button. I appreciate that 150 billion% right there. It seems like you guys want me to do the press conference, man. So I'm definitely going to be doing this. I haven't seen the press conference at all. This is just something that I actually had to put and do. Um, I figured if you guys wanted me to do the souffle one, I would just do this the press conference next week. Hopefully nothing else shows up next week. Nah, next week I'm not doing any. Next week is festival, so I won't be doing um that. So, or maybe during the week. What do you think, guys? Should I do more live interactions, especially on BRBP TV? I tend to do the reactions, the pre-recorded reactions, and then upload them on the Miss Licks React channel, guys. But should I do more live interactions, man? I think I should do more, but I don't know. Sometimes you guys are busy or something, and I need to know before I just decide to go and show myself. Hey, guys, what's up? And then, you know, there's not much of you guys that tend to come through. So, yes, guys, I appreciate the likes so far. 17, big up yourself one time. A number of persons are coming in to give their votes, their polls, election time, brothers and sisters. So far, people are voting for Skerrit right now. That's crazy. But yeah, man. Let me see how much time remains for us to start this thing. Where is it at? Oh, just one more minute, guys. One more minute. Well, we are the polls have it, guys. Unless it people just come in and just give a vote for folks to actually switch it over. You never know. What they say, close to poll ending switcheroo. If that is what they wanna do right there. But I think I'm gonna be doing the other one right there, guys. So just switch over this thing and do the press conference in that regard right there, man. Yes, guys, keep the thumbs up coming in. Where we at on the time frame? Okay, a few seconds remaining. Let me switch over. Yes, guys, we're gonna do the press conference. I suspect some of you guys watch the press conference and you really want to get my take on this right there. So that's not a problem. We're about to dive in, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another Vibrations, another Mystelix live interaction reaction on this BRBPT, guys. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for dropping by and saying, Mystelix, we want to see what's up today, man. I kind of reminded folks that I will be doing a reaction on Friday. I should have actually dropped a reaction on Saturday, but I was caught up in a number of things, guys. Pretty much preparing for me to definitely be doing what I do best, because I'll be back in Dominica, guys. So keep it locked with your boy. Whoop, whoop, we getting back to Dominica. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sometimes I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, getting back to the distraction, brothers and sisters. We're getting back to the distraction, which is Dominica right there. Now, I see a number of you guys popped in as well. Like I indicated before, don't forget to click the thumbs up button, guys. I would appreciate that right there. Michael St. Louis, you don't know we still ready. Okay, you guys are ready. All right. Some of you guys almost switched it over, man. But the polls have ended. We are about to end right now, guys. And of course, Skerrit press conference is what we're going to be doing right now. This is a democracy, brothers and sisters. The majority has it. This is not a constitutional republic. This is a democracy, guys. So the polls are going to end. Thanks to all the individuals who voted in that regard. But the ayes have it. The majority has it. And of course, we are switching over to none other than Skerrit's press conference right there. Thanks to everybody who voted in that regard. 13 individuals pretty much did their thing. 32 individuals are in the spot. 20 likes, brothers and sisters, like I indicated before. Click the thumbs up button. It's not very difficult to do. I would appreciate that right there. Comes straight from the heart, you know. All right. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let us get into the vibrations right there so we can get into this thing and see what Skerrit them have to say right there. It seems like they have a long kind of a thing going on. Best they play some music, man. I don't understand why they have all this just wasting YouTube memory.
Attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m.
They have a lot of... Wow, that's crazy. Probably had technical difficulties, man, or something.
The carry, the members of the media.
Okay, guys, let me just read some of what you guys are saying. Good evening, family. Valentine Bellotti saying that. Good evening to you, Valentine. Nick Randura, yes, more live would be good. Okay, I'll try my best to do more, although I'm doing the reactions as well. But, you know, from time to time, this coming week, I will try to do the press conference this week, guys. I think, not the press conference, the Daniel Lagua, I hope I pronounce his name properly, the Daniel situation that took place in Soufriere right there. Hopefully I get to do that for you guys. Probably like maybe Thursday, maybe? Nah. Because I want to see if I can make it to Creole in the Park or T Village Creole, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the festival. Are you guys going to be part of the festival? Let me know that in the live chat. But of course, let us get into the vibrations, brothers and sisters. Jacinta Sabin, watching from Totola. Big up yourself, Jacinta. I appreciate you right there. Lady Go, it's been a moment since I actually seen you here, but I guess you're back again, so I appreciate you for definitely being here in that regard. It is indeed election time, man. We voted already, guys. We voted. Have we voted yet? That is the question right there. Good evening to you, Gracia. What is it, Gracia? Gracia Telemark, big up yourself one time. Anyways, guys, let us get into the vibrations for today right there. Nope, money have to make. Well, voting is what will sometimes give you more money or less money. In that Dominica there, if you vote the wrong leaders, you will have less money in your pocket or no money at all. If you vote the right leaders, you'll have more money. The same thing goes for the United States election. If you vote for Donald Trump, you'll have more money in your pocket. If you vote for Kamala, well, the Western world finish. But that's just my personal take, guys. You can definitely let me know yours, but let us get into the vibrations right there. Nick Ron is saying everybody broke, man. That's crazy. Hey, let's pray for the best. Because the world leaders out there, that's what they want everybody to do. Be broke so that they will have the precedence of what is pretty much taking place in Dominica, where they are the ones who indicate and dictate to you what you need to do if they are able to control your entire life right there. Give you houses that you live in and you have to stay quiet. You cannot talk against the system and all those kind of things there. That seems to be happening right there. With Skerrit I dry. Yeah, I have never heard anybody with Skerrit get wet. you know. Anyways, guys, let's continue. Right there.
Tuned in via various media, members of the media.
And the people in charge of this GIS Dominica, if you're having a whole 8 minutes of nothingness, you could play some music. there's stuff you can play in the background. At least some nice music. Play some, what do you call those people again? Signal band. Play some signal band or something at the end or during this thing, man. Focus with Fido. Big up yourself one time. Good night to you as well.
Here this morning,
we're here for the press conference. We acknowledge
the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, members of Cabinet, the staff of the Office of the Staff joined us.
Thank you. Morning, and sorry for the late start. And I want to recognize my colleagues who are here, and of course, the members of the press, the media, and those who are following the live coverage of this press conference. Of course, this is in keeping with our commitment to having at least one engagement with the press per month. And there are times that, because of scheduling...
Skerrit, stop talking nonsense there. To engage with the press? You think most of the people there are actually engaged with the press? The press is supposed to represent the people? Really, Skerrit? People like me who have thousands of followings that actually supposed to be there, or you preventing me from coming in. Dion Dura, you tell me you have to email and tell me you send me email for the press to come in and those kind of things there, but you don't send me no email, but you send me thing about Pope what is priest ordination to come.
May not happen in that order, but certainly whenever the opportunity poses itself that we do meet. I first of all want to extend congratulations to the police on the celebration of Police Week, which commenced yesterday. I had the opportunity to start off the week with them at the church service in St. Joseph, which I thought went very well. And
guys, I wasn't here. I just heard that there was a song about, well, not heard, I actually reacted to that song, which I think was very good. Police Week. I think the police is very weak. And I also heard that there was some sort of gospel concert of sorts for Police Week. Was there any marching or anything like that? Can you guys let me know what exactly happened during Police Week?
And so I extend congratulations to them and best wishes on the week of activities. I think it's important that they are highlighting their work and their involvement in the community. Security is crucial in any society, Dominica included. And all things considered, we must say that the police in Dominica are doing a very good job in maintaining law and order and peace and enhancing the safety of our citizens and residents in Dominica. Obviously, nothing is perfect. There's always room for improvement, and they recognize that, and we recognize that, and they'll continue to work with the society, the country, to ensure that our place is secure. Security is a societal responsibility. The police has its role, but each of us in the society also have our role to ensure that there is security of person and property in Dominica. I also want to...
What about the police obligation to hold people who defy or who break the law? What about this kind of rhetoric? What about this need for society to have some sort of level of accountability? You know, what about the police obligation to hold people who have broken the law, no matter who, including you? What about that obligation of the police, though? Is there anything like that? Or because you have the police under your thumb, then, you know, nothing seems to be coming from that. Shannon is saying the man always talking in circles. Well, that's how it is sometimes. That's why I always tell people who are the press people there to not just ask Skerrit questions, but to follow up, especially when he's not giving the answers that is very clear. Because if you represent the people as the press, it will make sense that you ask questions and then you also clarify the questions on the basis of the statements that has been made by the very prime minister himself, especially when it's not clear. I think that would be a good thing. I could be wrong. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong or not. Let's continue.
Highlight the fact of the announcement of the direct flight from New Jersey to Dominica by United Airlines. This is a huge step forward and a clear demonstration of confidence that there is a growing appetite and a growing interest in people wanting to visit Dominica.
That's not what that means at all. That's not what that means at all. The United Airlines has new fleets, so they are extending their bongs, and hey, Dominica is a place we have not gone to. That would make sense for us to try to reach out to Dominica, So I think they're not just pushing from New Jersey, they're also pushing from New York. So you can pretty much get straight flights from New York, I think, or just New Jersey. Because I remember the whole thing had New Jersey / New York. And then most people were talking about the New Jersey Strip. So I'm not sure if he's referencing both New Jersey and New York. But for sure, we know that New Jersey has straight flights to Dominica. Yes, folks. Big up Guada. You done know Guada 9. Hit the like button, guys. I appreciate you guys hitting the like button right there. Let me say, okay. 64 people in. Nah, brothers and sisters. All you have to do better than that. Click the thumbs up button, man. Click the like button, yo. 64 of all you. You guys just jumped in here. Click the thumbs up button, bruh. I would appreciate that right there. Anyways, guys, let's continue.
To both to work and to as tourists and also to live, and no doubt this is going to enhance the opportunities for all of us in the country, and especially those in the hotel and hospitality industry, from taxi operators to hotels, to restaurants, to tour guides, to the village shops, to the farmers, to the small business owners. The more people we have is more consumption of goods and services. More consumption of goods and services mean more money in people's pockets, and we hope also more money in the treasury of Dominica, so that we can continue to provide for the citizens. But
you're right, Skerrit. Skerrit, you are very right, But the problem with your statement right there is, do you actually mean what you say? The reason why I'm saying this is because we had World Cup cricket, sir. The contractors that you contracted to put the lights in the stadium to get the things ready for the World Cup cricket stated that it would have been ready last year. In fact, mid last year, it would have been ready. But for some reason or the other, because when Matt asked the contractor who would be able to answer the question based on what is taking place or the hindrance of what has been taking place in the park, he stated that you would know the answer to that question. So now you come in and talk about, oh, thank goodness for the United Airlines that has straight flights from New Jersey to Dominica. And of course, talking about the amount of people that would be able to be brought in. We cannot quantify that at all. We could have straight flights from New Jersey and still people do not show up. Remember, we had straight flights with American Airlines. They had daily flights from Dominica, but because of the limited amount of people that were coming in, you know what happened? They stopped daily flights. They stopped daily flights and they went into something called seasonal flights, and not even that they could have kept. So just because we have more flights coming to Dominica, straight flights coming to Dominica, means that anything's going to happen. You know what would have been nice? If we had organized for the cricket. The very thing that you're talking about there would have happened and multiply in ensuring that foreign exchange came to Dominica, and not just foreign exchange, but from other Caribbean islands as well. Bringing that funds from overseas to Dominica. Millions upon millions of dollars. Even St. Lucia got about 80 million. I could be wrong, but they got millions of dollars from the National Bank of Dominica. Not 80 million. I think it's about 17 million or something of that sort. Somewhere in that region, brothers and sisters, they got millions of dollars from the National Bank to boost up their product in St. Lucia so that they can bring in foreign exchange and, of course, amplify that even more. So you saying that, people coming in and this kind of things is nice, but whereas your track record shows that what you're saying there is not actually reality at all. So why should we believe you in that stead? And keep in mind, it's not that you guys went out to United Airlines for you to find ways for them to come to Dominica. It's not like that happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know there are labor rights inside there watching my videos right now. I know. So let me know what's up, man. Anyways, guys, let's continue.
This is a huge confidence. And just to say that I know that there were concerns and criticisms with regards to the extension of the Douglas Charles Airport. I too had my own reservations. It took me some time to eventually approve of the funds. Because we build an international airport. And I'm saying, look, with all of the challenges we have and the money that we need to pay people that we owe it, how do I spend over $40 million to extend the runway and do the grooving? But ultimately, we recognize that it was an important investment.
So, Skerrit, why didn't you guys extend the airport before starting the project for the international airport? Shouldn't we be able to get a number of persons? Guys, this is why I say Dominicans tend to do things, not Dominicans, maybe some Dominicans, but the leaders themselves seems to be doing things backward. Just like when they build the West Coast Road, then Dawasco dig up the road for them to then put pipes after they make the road. It's kind of the same thing. If you're saying, okay, let us set up the airport, let us extend the airport. This is not the first time we have been hearing about extending the airport. We've heard that probably 3 or 4 times before. That has not been. Yes, it was done once, and now they plan to extend it again. Why didn't we look into putting monies towards extending the airport? Having persons come in, the more persons that you claim would be coming in as a result of having more direct flights to Dominica, having these persons come in so that Dominica can gain more funds, and then we can take that funds and then put it into building the international airport a bit later on. I think that would make sense, guys. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong right there. Jules Johnson is saying involvement in which community? What kind of involvement? That's a good question right there. What kind of involvement are we talking about right there? Shannon Cadet, why we do put all that effort in agriculture? Yeah, that's another thing that I find very strange in Dominica, is that Dominica is an agricultural nation. It's not a tourism nation, so to speak. We can build towards being a tourism nation, but we must focus on who we are first. It's kind of like having skill sets and you want to say, okay, let me learn a new skill instead of utilizing my skill. Why don't I utilize my skills, make money from my skills, and then because I make money from my skills, I can then take some of that money for me to learn a new skill. That way I will be able to double my blessings when it comes down to the ability to make some surplus for myself, because I'm using my skills instead of having to wait for me to go to school, learn a new skills, then use that skills to make more money. I'm starting at zero. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I think Skerrit them is doing things, backward as usual.
One, to sustain the flights that are coming in, that would have eliminated the cancellations because of rain and the runway being wet. But also, there was a very strong view or indication that we run the benefit of having additional flights into Dominica from new airlines. And the moment we completed the extension of the runway, the moment we grooved the entire runway, United says, we're coming. And you've seen that they made an announcement, and they'll be flying directly from Newark, New Jersey to Dominica. And I believe this is a very positive precursor to the international airport and the opportunities that the international airport lends itself to in terms of the sustain and expansion, sustenance and expansion of the opportunities in Dominica. That if they're able to come to Douglas Charles, then certainly we expect them to come to the international airport. And
that's not how it works, sir. The international airport has to be approved, just like the Melville airport has been approved for flights. That's the same thing that has to happen so they can be approved. Obviously, we know that where the airport is being built, they need to do a lot of backfilling there because these are swampy regions. especially from all the water that was collected. There was actually a new lake that was created as a result of what you guys did. Putting the thing through the valley and then letting the water fall in is kind of like a funnel. Not a funnel, no. Yeah, a funnel. So you're pretty much building the water at the bottom, which means that you most likely have to cut the mountains or you have to do proper drainage in the airport. That's more money that will be coming in, that would need to be used, or more expense that will have to be added to the budget right there. Did you guys do proper planning to figure, hey, that's something that would have been happening? I don't think so at all. Anyways, Jules Johnson is saying, you're right, you owe in my tax returns I want. Stop putting a hold on the controller to give people their money. I've heard that there's a whole money situation happening where this thing has been slowed down. It's either it's stopped or it has been slowed down. Very interesting times right there, brothers and sisters. And agriculture is very vast. It even have agrotourism. Yeah. One of my people actually linked in the agricultural sector. He got linked to other people because he started doing agricultural videos. And because of the agricultural videos, he elevated himself. He's no longer in Dominica. So there's agrotourism, and there are a number of persons who actually reach out to people who are actually doing something and trying to better themselves. Dominica is an agricultural nation and we're not using agriculture. Well, I know why we're not using agriculture, because Skerrit knows that will create a level of independence from him. Because that's what agriculture did in the past. Don't you think it'll do so? We'll have more competition. It'll be tough, but Dominica can definitely grow as a result of agriculture, no doubt about it. Focus with Fido. The amount of natural resources Dominica have through agriculture is unheard of. Yes. Dominica can pretty much solve, if not all the world's problem, but at least half or the Western world's problems when it comes down to food. Because right now, brothers and sisters, they're trying to make all sorts of fake food to give people. Can you imagine they growing lab meat and putting it in people's food and saying that is food for you to eat? What do you think that's going to do to you, brothers and sisters? What do you think? This is why places like Dominica is so vital for food survival. And we're just not taking care of Dominica at all. This is kind of crazy right there. Let's continue.
Of course, other source markets and so forth. So this is a very positive sign. It's a very encouraging sign. I think now we also have to double our efforts on the marketing side and ensuring that our marketing is targeted and people know more of Dominica. And this is what we're working on to ensure that we keep Dominica in the face of the various source markets, so that we can benefit from this flights.
Skerrit do say we have to do marketing. Skerrit that say that we. Skerrit that say that we. Skerrit, Dominica has been in operation for so long. What have you guys done when it comes down to marketing? You guys brought in a number of persons that have no affiliation to Dominica, but because they are known overseas, you bring them in and they put Dominica in their videos and this kind of things. And you think that is promotion for Dominica? You think? I have brought in a number of folks to Dominica. Me. Just for my little videos that I do in here and there, especially the vlog videos. And then some of them get linked to the reaction videos to figure out what's going on in Dominica. That's how they end up coming to Dominica. My videos. Lil Ras Hector. Skerrit speaks to Dominicans as if we are infants. Pure juvenile mindset. Yeah. Kind of reminds you of Kamala. How Kamala talking to people like they are her children or something. Let's continue.
And of course, there are other airlines that we're speaking to for additional opportunities of airlift in Dominica. But no doubt, air access in Dominica is better now than it was 2 years ago or a year ago. We have more options. Obviously, we continue to work at more.
Is that the case, though? Guys, really and truly, the individuals who are older than me, is that the case? Because I remember, keep in mind, brothers and sisters, we had American Eagles back then. We lost it. And now we gain it back through American Airlines. Okay? To me, there were more flights. We had Liat circulating. We had a number of planes circulating coming down. Maybe not direct flights. If Skerrit wants to say we have more direct flights to Dominica, then I agree with him. But when it comes down to more planes. Is that really true? Because I remember as a little kid, at any time, you could decide you're flying into Dominica. At any time. I remember when I started working on my own, well, not on my own, when I started working for a 9 to 5, when I started flying, I knew at any time I could come into Dominica and most likely reach the same day. Not all the time, but I know you could reach the same day. Because you could go to Puerto Rico and fly down. You could go to Barbados, fly up. There's a number of, But if Skerrit wants to say there's more direct flights to Dominica, I agree. But is there more airlines though? I can't really say that, to be truthful, right there.
More options.
And I take everything that Skerrit say with a grain of salt. I don't take anything that Skerrit says directly and believe it at all.
More options. But having those direct flights from North America, in Miami, and of course in Newark, New Jersey, we can only talk about positive reinforcement and positive signs for a country.
So guys, as he's saying that there, I think there was a mistake on the paper, because I'm trying to figure why doesn't he mention New York? But maybe when people heard Newark, they thought Newark was New York. So they put New York and then they put New Jersey. Because I remember reading that, but it's actually Newark comma New Jersey, because Newark is in New Jersey. New York is just by New Jersey. That brings up LaGuardia and JFK. So maybe that's what I saw on the paper, because I'm realized, why isn't he talking about New York as well? So maybe the paper meant Newark, not New York. Sometimes when you don't know, that's the mistakes that people can make. But anyways, let's continue.
So let's embrace those positive moments and let us build on those. Now the other issue I'd like to highlight is the attack on the CBI program. Let me make it very clear. We run a very robust and very transparent.
Stop there, brothers and sisters. Stop there. First of all, Skerrit said they run a very robust. That's insane. That's a lie right there. The other thing, brothers and sisters, we have 100 of you guys in the building right now, and we only have 42 people, 42 likes. Brothers and sisters, come on, we can do that, man. Click the like button for me, please, brothers and sisters. I know some of you guys come in. Click the like button for me right there. I would appreciate that right there and then. Of course, I seen Shannon Cadet say, Skerrit, what market? Stoops, yeah. I remember when Skerrit was saying something about the agriculture. I think it was during the whole Rona situation. And Skerrit was saying that they need to also go out and find the markets. This is not the first time I'm hearing Skerrit talk about markets. I think this is the third time he's talking about markets. The first time I remember he talking about markets, I think not during any political rally, but as Prime Minister, he mentioned that they would need to go to find the markets for agriculture. And brothers and sisters, I am not hearing anything and seeing anything of that sort at all. In fact, when I look at the agricultural trajectory, it's actually going down. Brothers and sisters, we move from $200 million per year in agriculture to $15 million. And we're talking about advancements with all kind of people coming in, this kind of things here. Brothers and sisters, we're importing more agricultural products outside of Dominica than in Dominica. We remember they had a whole fiasco where a farmer was saying, look at my tomatoes rotting, but they importing tomatoes to go and sell in the market in the supermarkets. They importing tomatoes into Dominica, and the tomatoes here, we have thousands upon thousands of tomatoes on his field, and they're not utilizing his tomatoes. Brothers and sisters, we have to wake up here. Yes, brothers and sisters, I appreciate the likes so far. We are up at 50. Let's get this to 75 likes if you've not thumbs up this video yet. Click the thumbs up button for me. There are 103 of you guys in the building. Please click the thumbs up button for your boy right there and then. Anyways, with that city right there, let's continue.
CBI program. This program has helped the country in times of natural disasters and in terms of ordinary times. Since we became Prime Minister of the country, we took a deliberate decision that the CBI funds will not be used for recurrent expenditure, because we never wanted to rely on it as our source of recurrent expenditure. And we decided that those funds will be used for infrastructure, government investment, and also the paying down on expensive debt or national debt.
Brothers and sisters, that of which you have not done because most of the money is staying overseas. Most of the money, as a result of calculating the amount of monies that should be brought into from as a result of the amount of CBI sales, would have then cleared the national debt. Our national debt in 2014 or 2012, if I remember correctly, was $1.5 billion, and I found that to be insane. Then they brought it down to 1.2, then 1.1, now it's $1.6 billion. And keep in mind, that is going up right there, because just recently, Skerrit also got loans from China, and he also got loans from Saudi Arabia, which means the very people are the ones who have to pay it back, because CBI is not doing well. So he's putting taxes and all those kind of things on people to put that strain on the people's back so that we can pay back these things. But there's still funds over there in offshore bank accounts with Anthony Hayden or whoever has his monies, MMC or whoever he gave authority to have these monies right there. So we can literally clear our debts and then bring back that money so that money can be utilized in the community. That money can be used to marketing like St. Lucia does in the Super Bowl, or St. Lucia, St. Kitts doing marketing in the Super Bowl to have their stuff going up. And then they have all sorts of people flooding into their countries and stuff. But you mentioned marketing, and that is the part that hurting me the most. What marketing are they doing, brothers and sisters? Help me. Help me. When people like St. Lucia and St. Kitts utilizing people like me and utilizing MO, I even tried to get one of the young folks to at least be utilized to be promoted as well. Not to be promoted, but to promote other stuff. For other countries are using us and our platforms to promote their stuff. Treating us like kings and paying us and all those kind of things there, but Dominica doesn't want to do that. How you expect them to elevate?
And we've been remaining true to this. We only started using the CBI funds after the hurricane. Now, revenue dropped, no tax revenue coming in, you have to rebuild, and we started using some of those funds for recurrent expenditure, and also during COVID time, when everybody stayed home, both in the public and private sector, the government had to pay the salaries of all public officers.
But the people didn't get no stimulus package. You guys had state of emergency, shutting down the country. You making it seem as if it's the people that chose to stay home when you guys were the ones who shut down the country. And you still didn't give the people stimulus check. It was World Bank that gave some people some monies. World Bank or whichever bank that, as a result of natural disasters, that send monies to Dominica to actually give. Yet still you had the CBI monies that you did not even give to the Dominican people. Not even a stimulus. You decide... Yes, they gave stimulus. I shouldn't lie. They gave people a yellow bag from Astafans. I think is the Astafans yellow bag. And they put produce inside it and would distribute into a number of persons instead of giving people money to pay their bills. They give people bananas. They were giving farmers bananas that they already have on their field. Can you imagine? Dominica is an interesting place, you know. Dominica is a real interesting place. Let me go back a little, guys.
Revenue drop, no tax revenue coming in. You have to rebuild. And we started using some of those funds for recurrent expenditure, and also during COVID time, when everybody stayed home, both in the public and private sector, the government had to pay the salaries of all public officers.
Okay, now what came to mind when he said that, guys, was the fact that he mentioned that persons had to let me go back a little.
Using some of those funds for recurrent expenditure, and also during COVID time, when the hurricane, now, revenue dropped, no tax revenue coming in, you have to rebuild, and we started using some of those funds for recurrent expenditure, and also during COVID time, when everybody stayed home, both in the public and private sector, the government had to pay the salaries of all public officers, and the government also supported many private sector entities in paying the salaries of officers or public or their workers, because when
okay. But my point I was trying to make, brothers and sisters, is not like Skerrit them did anything in addition to the CBI. Because remember, Skerrit them was saying, if not CBI, what else? They did not elevate to agriculture, and agriculture is ask any economist who knows anything about Dominica across the world. I've met a few of them. I've met a few economists asking, why isn't Dominica utilizing agriculture? Dominica can actually supply at least half of the world with food. As any economists across the world, brothers and sisters, they tell you agriculture is the way forward for Dominica, not tourism. When our agricultural product is making surplus, we can then take some of that monies and then put it into tourism. Because most of the people for nature tourism going to other countries, nature tourism to some individuals is white sand beaches, and we have white sand beaches. We've not been promoting that we've not been promoting that, no, boy. The only way I knew we had white sand beaches, brothers and sisters, is when I end up in Calibishi region, and I check him, but wait a while, that sand looks different from the sand that we have in Purple Turtle. That is how I knew. I myself never knew we had white sand beaches in Dominica. And the places that white sand beaches not even taking care of it. You see in Old Branch and all kind of things. That's all. Let me continue.
To ensure that in difficult times, the dignity of the human being is assured and maintained, that people can take home a pay and pay their mortgages and to take care of their families. And we maintain this. And of course, during the hurricane, after the hurricane, we used the 90% of the funds that we used came from the CBI funds to provide roofs on people's homes, provide food that we purchase, to clean up the massive destruction and debris which existed.
You guys also use the CBI funds under this guise of what you're saying there. You also use it as a campaign finance. That's what you guys actually use it for. So don't pretend as if, that's what you meant. No, use it as a campaign. Use that to campaign as well, giving people money.
Monies we use for small business support, for agriculture, for hotel industry, for agro-processing and manufacturing at 2% and 1% loans at the Aid Bank.
Wait a while. Agro-processing, we have agro-processing plants in Dominica. Huh? To me, all those plants that, I don't know, you guys, correct me if I'm wrong right there. Let me see what you guys are saying right there. So, Lil Ras Hector, Skerrit should not be talking after all these monies he received from CBI, Rona, Maria, and yeah, he received a lot of money. Want to make it seem as if the world did not give monies and bring in tons of goods and this kind of things there. I remember Skerrit saying that, before, brothers and sisters. Because he thinks Dominicans doesn't know. I was one of the individuals who solicited one of my people that I met under the Obama administration when we went up to the United States under Washington, D.C. And they, through her organization in Trinidad, sent about 2 to 3 tons of stuff to Dominica. 2 to 3 tons of stuff in Dominica. I need to message that girl, come to think of it. Anyways, yeah. So there were a number of people who actually helped, and the containers and those kind of things people were sending down. I even did a fundraiser where we raised about $2,000, and I brought in a number of solar lights and all kind of things for a number of persons in Portsmouth, in Collio. Some was sent to Roseau and all kind of places, all different places on the northeast as well. So it's not just saying you did this. Yes, CBI helped, but other persons also contributed massively to Dominica, including the World Bank, including Venezuela that also forgave Dominica $100 million, the very $100 million you say we did not have with Dominica, with Venezuela, that they forgive the debt, they forgave that debt. And you will also looking to utilize that to forgive other debts that was there, including the schools. You wrote to the schools saying we will face with Hurricane Maria. Even Hurricane Maria had passed a long time. You wrote to them saying we will face with Hurricane, trying to solicit a little debt forgiveness from them as well. Come on, man, Skerrit. Brothers and sisters, as I seen there, 120 of you guys in the building. Please click the thumbs up button, guys. Click the thumbs up button. That'll help the algorithm to push these videos further while we are actually live right there. Of course, Jules Johnson, I'd love to continue listening. However, this man's voice is causing me to... It doesn't matter, brothers and sisters. It's good to always listen to the other side. This is why I tend to react not just to Lennox them and Thompson Fountain them and these people. I also listen. We need to listen and we need to see what levels he's making sense in. Because he's the leader of the country. And if he's screwing up, he doesn't want to debate, So we have to see and decipher these kind of things there, whether his voice is ugly or not. His dimples might look nice to some of the women, but brothers and sisters, we have to listen to what he has to say right there and then diffuse it. Lady Go is saying infrastructure. Up until today, Skerrit is still singing the same thing, Maria thing. What's new? That's why I said he used the same thing for the schools as well to get some sort of debt forgiveness. Hey, might as well use it too. If I was the Prime Minister, I'd use it too, no doubt about it. But you cannot be constantly bombarded in that in people and expect them to just worry with you. especially knowing of the amount of money that has been raised from CBI and you cannot pay them. They know about the CBI stuff, Skerrit, they know about it. Boy, Skerrit, apparently Venezuela didn't know about it. But anyways, Mervyn, big up yourself for definitely being a part of this year Vibrations. Passing around with box provisions. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Passing around with box provisions and Vienna sausage and this kind of things and saying that is the stimulus. So does this stimulus help you pay your bank, your mortgage and this kind of things that when you shut down the economy and people? Really? And previously the economy was open up, brothers and sisters. They were making all kind of people happy, going back and forth. Sometimes I don't know if people doesn't think or they doesn't observe, but me, I'm a guy that observes, guys. I observe a lot. Like I just observed, we have 126 people in there and 59 likes, brothers and sisters. Click the thumbs up button for me, please. Daniel A. Why is Skerrit always talk like he care for Dominicans? Skerrit doesn't amplify the caring thing. No. He just comes because he know that we have an obligation. That's what we say we're going to be doing, having a press conference. And then, there's not much that comes out from the press conference because Skerrit just talking. And then the journalists ask some questions. There's no follow-up or very little follow-up. And then that's it. And they think that's what the people, learn. Did he say manufacturing? Yes, the man say processing, agro-processing. We Gasa. What is agro-processing? Maybe I don't know what agro-processing is, but that is truly something. Yes, guys, let's continue. I'll read the rest in a moment. So let's continue.
In any case, it's grants. Since the establishment of the small business unit, we've given in excess of $67 million by way of grants to small business owners across Dominica.
So how much did it cost to fill your tank?
Brothers and sisters, since that commercial come up there, in grants, Skerrit say he gave grants. Now, brothers and sisters, I remember when they give the grants, businesses had to write up and they had to go to the bank or wherever, to the not polling stations, but to the city council and this kind of things there, register your business, whoop whoop. Businesses were not making money. Yet still, businesses had to pay tax to the government. I said that was a trap because I had a few people who I knew actually went for it. They didn't make any money as a result of the terrible economy that Skerrit them created. But yet still, because they were given monies, Skerrit then taxed the people to get back some of the monies. It's a good thing some of them left Dominica, so they didn't have to pay that money. But, I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. Lady goes, Skerrit is still singing the same song. Yeah. Garçon, let me go and sleep. What are you listening to? Guys, you have to stick. All you have to stick with me in it. We in it together, man. Stick with me.
Students studying overseas.
That's for that.
And this money we use also to pay for students studying overseas.
CBI.
This money that we use for building roads and bridges and hospitals and health centers. And of course, the housing revolution.
So what of these monies are being used to actually help when it comes down to, pushing the people forward or to do something for the people where the people can say, okay, that has been beneficial to me. We building roads, that's nice. We building hospitals, that's nice. But we don't even have the proper infrastructure in the hospital to help the people in the first place. So how on earth is that helping the people? I think that is something that needs to be looked at when it comes down to what Skerrit is saying. Right there. Anyways, guys, let's continue.
The complete relocation of Pidit Savan and Dubik, and of course in the Joe Burton area and several house interventions that we've had in Granford, in Laplin, in Dalis, in Portsmouth, in the Cottage constituency in Lago Portsmouth and Cotton Hill, Georgetown, and you can name every single community in Dominica. Every single person has been touched by the program, and of course we continue to work with both our regional and international partners in addressing whatever issues which may arise from time to time. The world is a evolving world. The challenges which you confronted 10 years ago, there are new challenges and emerging challenges that you have to confront.
I'm sure he's talking about the corresponding banks. But Skerrit, these corresponding banks, well, let him continue. But on the basis of that merit, the corresponding banks' policies did not change now. What most likely changes you guys and the way that you do business with the very corresponding banks who kind clarify the monies that have been made by you guys. The banks did not change their policies. So to make it seem as if, oh, there are problems in the world. No, the reason why there's problems is because you guys made it the problem, not the banks.
And we've been working in the international community in addressing those issues. We've been working very closely, for example, with the United States government, for the Treasury Department, who came and provided us with the 6 points that we were able to implement, and we continue to work with them. Since the meeting in St. Kitts, we've had 2 meetings with the U.S. Treasury, one in Miami and one in Grenada this year, as a follow-up to see where we are and what we're doing and how we're doing it, and we continue to engage all our partners in this. We've also signed this MOA, which speaks to a number of issues where we can do things jointly. It's something that Dominica had been proposing for many years, and I'm happy that finally we were able to get the concurrence of the other governments to sign on to the MOA, to put in place a number of things that we can do jointly.
Will that MOA be made known to the public? Would that be made known to the public? I think that would be vital. What you guys? I'm getting backed up here. His minister saying he's wicked, they know what? Mervyn, Peter is saying his ministers saying he wicked, they know the poor farmers. They know the poor farmers working on family plots. What is it? Plots, family plots, and they're making it hard for the poor man to get the agro loans. Yeah, I remember something about the aid bank, and the Prime Minister himself had to come out and say aid bank make it easier. But it seems like it's scary that make aid bank make it difficult for them to get the loans. Why would you get loans in Dominica in the first place? Why? I don't understand why, from a business point of view, brothers and sisters, a business mind, why would you get loans in Dominica when you're not sure how well the economy will do or be conducive for you to do business? Most of the people I know who are doing business in Dominica are right now looking to see if they can get business from overseas, because they know Dominica business, the economy is not doing well. Jules Johnson, hold on. Alcops, we must get better one day, no matter what. If he has to go, well, for us to get better, the people have to want to get it better here. Because no matter how much I talk in and how much of you guys in there right now with me, it doesn't matter, because the only way you can move forward is when the people want to make a change. And the people have to wisen up, but they're working on the ignorance of the people. That is the sad part. And sometimes you're telling the people the truth, and the people seeing the truth that you're telling, they have no reason to deny the truth that you're telling them. But because it's their party. Oh, it's my party, man. My mother born Labour, my father born Labour, is Labour. As if it's Labour that born you. Al Cops is saying we must get better one day. I hope so. We can hope for the best, buddy. Jules Johnson, he's not making any sense. If the man was speaking truth, then I can understand. I can understand you, Mr. Leaks. But Mr. talking horse shit, well, you know, that's what he normally talks. That's part of his new language, or has been his language for a while. Anyway, Sally John, big up yourself for definitely being a part of these vibrations. If he put money in agriculture, people will be independent. Of course, he knows this. This is why most of the monies, when Ian first come on and say, VAT, if not VAT, what else? VAT was supposed to last probably like 8 months, I think, or something of that region, if I have it correctly right there. But it was not supposed to last as long as it has lasted today. It's still there. Then they move from VAT to CBI. Skerrit come and say, if not CBI, what else? VAT. You go back to VAT. The Ian should say, if not VAT, what else? Agriculture. You go back to agriculture. Of course, we live in a changing time. Agriculture tends to change. Yes, this is where adaptability needs to take place. How on earth Antigua buying our plantains and then selling our plantains, turning it into plantain chips and selling it for more money? How are different Caribbeans pulling from Dominica when we can do the same thing and get into the markets and not just sell our raw materials but sell products as well? Because we have the advantage over these countries, yet still we're not utilizing it. We Skerrit talking about agro-processing plant. Really? Agro-processing? Really? Maybe I don't know, brothers and sisters. Maybe you guys can help me out in that regard right there. But let's continue.
And one of the important aspects of this MOA is the setting up or the establishment of an independent regulatory body that would regulate and oversee the operations of all of the CBI programs in the region. All of this is an effort to enhance transparency, enhance due diligence, and also allow for independent arbiters to come in our program and see what we're doing that is right, see what we're doing that may be not totally correct, and see how we can strengthen the systems.
Skerrit, how you can say we have the most robust due diligence process and then still come back and say this?
That is right, see what we're doing that may be not totally correct, and see how we...
So we probably don't have the most robust due diligence process if people have to come and see what we're doing is right and wrong. Also, keep in mind that the reason why you're saying this and you're talking about us, it's not necessarily us, you're talking about me. You're talking about Dominica. Because keep in mind, the only country that has been affected as a result of CBI malpractice is Dominica. Brothers and sisters, name me another country that has been affected in the Caribbean as a result of Dominica, a CBI or CIP malpractice. Name me another country. I dare all you, name another country that has been affected. Only Dominica that has been affected. So if Skerrit is saying all this, the only person or the only country he's talking about is Dominica. The other countries still have visa-free access, you know. You know that, right? To UK, to Ireland, to wherever. They still have visa-free access. I was in Ireland last year. Come down, Dominica. Bow. You cannot go Ireland anymore. Because Skerrit... And Skerrit keeps saying about, United Kingdom about to give visa-free access soon back to Dominica. Look, the United Kingdom just come out the other day talking about Dominica is considered a T place. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, brothers and sisters. So be mindful on YouTube. So it's very interesting what Skerrit is saying certain things. Like I indicated before, you have to take it with a grain of rice.
We can strengthen the systems to ensure that the robustness of our due diligence is important. We in Dominica, on our own, we have done a number of things. And one of the major things which will come into effect in the first or next month, October, is the establishment of an independent due diligence unit, which will be under the aegis of the FIU, and so they'll be responsible for reviewing all of the files and advising on which applicants will be successful or not, based on the due diligence reports and also based on the report from the GRCC. All of the persons.
So I'm guessing now they have an independent body, which means that Skerrit's most robust due diligence program is out of the picture. It's so robust that they have to put it out of the picture and get an independent body to review these things. Interesting. Stevenson Hill. If it's CBI funds that was used after Maria and Erica, what happened to the funds the donor agencies gave? Yeah, there was a lot of donations. I don't know what Skerrit talking about. He must have think we're dumb to just agree with whatever he says. I know there's millions of dollars that came in through donations. So Skerrit, come on. Sally John, that's why he put money in tourists. I think he put money in tourism to make the people believe that they are putting money into something. But tourism is not the way forward because we have serious competition across the Caribbean in smaller islands. When Barbados now wants to be considered the luxury island, it's now competing with St. Bart's.
Those who will be working in that unit have been vetted by the RSS, Regional Security System, and the GRCC, so that we maintain the high standards that we have maintained over the years. And so I want us to understand in Dominica that we're not opposed to anybody raising questions about the program.
They are raising questions. So you saying you're not opposed to anybody raising questions is kind of interesting. Which, when you stated earlier on, you stated it as if people are trying to destroy the program. When you are the one who has been hiding the information from the people. You literally have been hiding something from the people, which is very interesting. Anyways, guys, let's continue right there.
Sincere, honest, legitimate, transparent questions. But I believe every single Dominican must condemn any attempt at undermining this program. And the reality is, anytime the opposition party speaks on the CBI, has been in a negative light. They had an opportunity to speak on CBS, Al Jazeera, the Daily Mail, the France 24, France 24, and all of those moments they used this platform to besmirch the program. All in effort to undermine the program, all in effort hoping that the program could come to an end and that the people who benefit directly from the program no longer benefit.
Boy, that Skerrit just freaked me out. Skerrit just freaked me out, you know, boy. Skerrit said the people want to stop the program. Skerrit, you're talking about transparency. That is all the people want, we. They literally say what they want. You have caused the people for 5 years. The people are contemplating this. You have been using monies Vicky via and keeping monies overseas that's supposed to actually be in the Dominica funds, consolidated fund. About $6 to $8 billion is still outside there while the people struggling in Dominica, and Dominicans ain't that. Boy.
The reality is, my dear friends, we need $5 million every month to underwrite the operations of the NEP. Now, we all in Dominica understand and appreciate the positive economic and social...
Skerrit, not you was the one that was talking about taking out, you can just write it off. You can just write it off with a pen. Not you that was saying that. You can just write it off if you so please. So if the people trying to find out about the monies now, and you saying you can just write it off, which means you could just, you know, if you want, just take it off. What is the point of actually not finding out what is happening to the monies? The monies that could probably even elevate the NEP program by giving people more responsibility in better jobs, understanding how to utilize the monies and putting the monies in the right places. If we know exactly how much money has been raised and what monies need to come to Dominica. To help, brothers and sisters, we start complaining about hospital, don't have this and that. Nurses start complaining. Brothers and sisters, can you imagine the nurses in other Caribbean islands watching Dominican nurses and wondering how these people surviving on the salary that they get in? I know this because one of my friends left nursing in Dominica, went overseas to get double, above double, a little bit more than double, brothers and sisters, of the salary she was getting in Dominica. And when the people she working with now in the same hospital, where she is overseas in the Caribbean, there's people marveling at that way. Say, but Mr. Lix, when there's people find out what we're making in Dominica, there's people marveling, they're checking what? And you only have monies overseas that can actually use to help, and talking about the NEP's $5 million only. Really?
Impacts, which
I'll get a heart attack in that place, David.
the NEP has on several households across Dominica. That is entirely, has always been financed by the CBI program because it is a capital project. It's a capital program, and it's financed by the CBI.
But the CBI program is not necessary. Not the CBI program. The NEP program is not necessary because the NEP doesn't bring any output. People going and cut grass. I would understand if people going to cut grass. Guys, keep in mind, look at how I view NEP should be. First of all, NEP should be an introductory course. If you want to get some work experience, you work NEP for a year, you have the work experience. 6 months to a year, you go there, you work there because people are always coming out from school every year. So just put them inside NEP and thing. What if the NEP program was something like this? The people on the road cut the grass. Great. The people with trucks then pick up that grass and bring it to a field to feed cattle. These cattle then produce milk. You go, you pasteurize the milk, whatever you do with the milk, you put Dominican milk on the shelf, you can get to export it. That creates surplus from the very beginning of just cutting grass. But right now, people cutting grass. And that's it. Make it make sense for me.
Thank God we have been able so far to continue.
And I understand that is just one part of the NEP program, okay? That's just one part. But the majority of it has a lot to do with people working on the side of the road. Remember, back in the day, they had, even the stores had NEP workers. And the stores themselves could not pay the NEP workers because the economy is not doing well. So when they removed the funding for the NEP workers in the stores, the same stores that harbored all these NEP workers closed down because they could not sustain the employment.
Has always been financed by the CBI program because it is a capital project. It's a capital program, and it's financed by the CBI. Thank God we have been able so far to continue finance it. Even during the COVID time, we paid the NEP people, even if they were not working, most of them were not working. And they're components of the CBI program because people only see the NEP workers on the beautification program.
Skerrit, not the NEP workers that will complain about not getting paid for how much months.
People who also, under the NEP, provide care to senior citizens, the sick and short in, and people with disabilities. There are also NAP people who work in the private sector. There are several small businesses across Dominica who rely on the support from the CBI to underwrite portions of their expenditure. And that has been able to help them, carry them through to sustain the investments until they graduate out of the CBI program. And there are many who are engaged in the public sector, gaining skills, and many of them have graduated and moved into the establishment of the public service, even in the private sector, or government entities. Most of them have gotten permanent jobs at the Aid Bank, at the Social Security, and other.
Most of them. So if in NEP, I think NEP is the #1 employment for Dominica outside of Clear Harbor, and Clear Harbor is about to go, so NEP about to increase. If it might have to increase to 10 million, Skerrit, because if Clear Harbor does go, and you don't want unemployment to increase, the rate of unemployment to increase, then you have to start employing people in the NEP program. Probably that's why they keep increasing taxes and these things on people. Because if you have 70,000 and you put in $10 on 70,000 people, that is $700,000 every month, you know. Obviously, I mean, not all $70,000 have their own houses to be paying water bill, but half of that would be 350. Let's cut that in half. So 175,000 minimum, and that's on $10 just for water. And another thing, brothers and sisters, I wonder if that $15 that Dowasco is charging on people is then taxed. So Skerrit them have to get, or maybe it's the full fee that they give. Anyways, moving, we the people have to take a stand, stop complaining. Yeah, they have to take. Yeah, the people have to take a stand and stop complaining. Lady Go is saying, ask Siri. Ask Siri about what I'm guessing the PT Savan situation. Yeah, I think we need to ask Siri on that. I think Siri also did a video on that, so you guys can go check him out on his platform right there. Siri exposing. Shannon Cadet. So what about all the groundbreaking? I hear there is another groundbreaking that's going to be happening for the airport. Didn't we have a groundbreaking earlier on, brothers and sisters? We're going to have another groundbreaking. Well, it's party time, you know. Siwo. Only poor people. Sally is saying only poor people. What's pharmacy? Oh, only poor people pharmacy. So if he put money into farming, the people will have money. Just this, he rise his pay. What? Guys, all you have me struggling to read some of what all you say. Hey, just this, he rise his pay after the people pay all his bills. If he still want to rise of pay, he is just greedy. Well, Skerrit will always want a raise of pay. I remember Skerrit said the other day, I think it's the other day, probably sometime earlier this year or last year, talking about he's paying taxes, and if anybody need a rise in pay, it's him. So he would always want to increase his pay. Not only that, he say if he also tried to put that people or prime ministers will also continuously get pay even after the presidency or the prime ministership. So that's always interesting. Even though you're not the sitting prime minister, you get the same amount of prime minister, while somebody who's a prime minister, that doesn't make sense to me. Now keep in mind, I would say, okay, you get a minimum balance. If you used to get 10,000 before, okay, you get 1,005. That's fine. While the sitting prime minister will then get the 10,005. So the past prime ministers will get $1,500 since they're no longer prime minister. But just to sustain them would make sense. But if you're getting the same salary as a sitting prime minister and you're no longer prime minister, that to me doesn't make sense, brothers and sisters. You can correct me if I'm wrong right there. Lady Go, Skerrit just mentioned things that come from his mouth to keep Dominicans. Yeah. It's kind of like giving people hope. But even though the people are not seeing the actionability coming from the hope that is being spewed from the mouth, they still go out there and support it. That's the interesting part. Skerrit is not an ambitious person to provide Dominicans needs. No, he's not. His main concern is his pockets. That's facts. Can we say that is not the case, guys? Can we say based on objective reality that that's not what we're saying? Skerrit going out there doing things for himself and his colleagues or his minions, or obeying his slave masters, and then having the people as his slave masters working for him to pay his salary. You know that's what Dominica doing, right, brothers and sisters? When these people who are politicians put all sorts of fees and this kind of things on the people's back after increasing their salary while they're decreasing your salary, they're not doing that. They're increasing fees on you, the people. They're increasing their salaries. Then they're giving their minions salaries who are not even in government. I've been hearing that some of these people who are not even in government getting $6,500 per month. I'm guessing to advise the Prime Minister, boy.
Entities because of their diligence, the work experience that they have gotten, and they're doing well. And the majority of the housing financing is come from the CBI. The hotels that we built that are now providing employment for people, that has now improved the number of marketable rooms that we have in Dominica. Which
marketable rooms? You mean the hotels that have less than 10% occupancy at maximum? Really?
Which now, this is part of the reason why there is a case to be made for United to fly into Dominica. This was the reason why there was a case for American to fly into Dominica. This is a case why Caribbean Airlines has been having a flight from United States via Port of Spain, Dominica, Port of Spain, United States, because there are rooms.
You're right. There are plenty rooms, but the same American Airlines that you talk about that had daily flights in Dominica, they stopped it. It is only because Creole in the Park is coming up, the Creole Festival, so they have increased daily flights again. That is going to stop. I think it will make sense that they will have daily flights because Christmas time is coming, so there will be more people that would want to come to Dominica. So have the daily flights from American Airlines starting from, October 1st, November. Well, October to November is 1 month. Then December, January, February. End of February, they can stop so we can have daily flights for 4 months. And obviously, that's during the time most people tend to come to Dominica. But they didn't even have that, brothers and sisters. Because I think they said they're going to be stopping December. I could be wrong in that regard, but I don't think they're going to be having it all the way to February. But it will make sense for them to have it. But I'm guessing the negotiators are not doing their jobs. Yes, brothers and sisters, according to Guada9, hit the like button. There are 135 of you guys in the building. Hit the like button for me, please. Guada, thanks for reminding me once again right there. Lady Go is saying, Miss Leaks, you have to start fact-checking what Skerrit's saying. Boy, Skerrit on his own, Skerrit is on his own, man. Because even if you fact-check, people still wouldn't believe you. There have been certain things when I'm up here, brothers and sisters, I present to a number of persons in the democratic community, and they've seen the facts. They've seen the facts. You win everything they say on the facts, brothers and sisters, and they will still support. It's the same thing for Dominican labor rights. So, sometimes fact-checking doesn't work at all. James is saying, please take your time before commenting. We would like to be more serious with your comments. Well, I'm commenting based on how I see things flowing, man. Anyways, let's continue right there.
Comment too. And this is why we're committed to doing more rooms, because there is an increased demand and we have to ensure that we have more rooms to create jobs, sustainable jobs for our people. And of course, the other infrastructure work that we have done in Dominica. And all of these things are being financed by the CBI. The marina is being financed by the CBI.
I thought the marina was being financed by Intercontinental. I thought so, but Skerrit say that.
International Airport is being financed by the CBI. Those projects are going to have a sustained long-term positive impact on the lives of the country, of the citizens of the country, and of course, the economy of Dominica. Now,
Skerrit talking about economy of Dominica, and the man led World Cup cricket, T20, one of the hottest crickets. Dominica had 3 games from my understanding, 2 or 3 games. Hottest cricket, T20, the man make passes. And we had ample time to get ready for that. When he was brought to confess about what was happening, he went silent.
Let's not kid ourselves, and the opposition will want to say, no, that's what they want to do. They, in our view, and in view of many independent arbiters, their intention is to stop the program. Because they believe that if the program gets stopped, there's no more source of revenue for the government, then that would maybe precipitate the government.
But that would make sense, though, Skerrit. I don't think that's what the opposition is doing at all in any way, shape, or form, but that would probably cause you to actually utilize what Dominica have instead. But because you are the controller of that money instead of the people being independent, you don't want that to stop. You want to constantly have the power over the people. But if that actually were to stop, that would probably get you to try to push things into what would actually sustain the country, and that would be agriculture, which would make the people independent of you. And if the people are independent of you, you cannot control the people. Therefore, the people have a right mind to say, hey, Skerrit, no, hold up. That doesn't work that way. And change you out. Interesting.
Government getting this party getting out of government. As simple as that. As simple as that.
We already know you lie, Skerrit. That's why you posing
Nobody
like
knows
that.
how the call is going to react. The court may say, well, let us have a stay of operations of the program until the case is heard.
So you don't even know how the court is going to react, but you're making it seem that's what the opposition wants to do. Skerrit, you just counteract yourself there. Skerrit. You just said the opposition goal is to stop the CBI program, and you just say this, Skerrit. You don't mean you not say that.
Nobody knows how the court is going to react. The court may say, well, let us have a stay of operations of the program until the case is heard.
So how can this be the opposition's intention when you don't even know how the court is going to react? Sorry, that's freaked me out.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
Okay, that freaked me out, boy.
And we cannot. This is not about. This should never be. This should never form part of politics in Dominica. We can question things, question operations, question how things are done, but to collude.
But Skerrit, that's what it's all about. We have to question. We put you there to handle our monies, and you don't want us to question you. We put you there. Well, you somehow end up there, but on the behalf of the people. So therefore, the people is represented. You are representing the people. You are supposed to be obedient and a servant to the people. You're saying that the people should not ask you questions when you are supposed to be there for the people. What kind of cocoa macaque is that?
With external actors who do not know how the person in Whitaker or the person in Penville or the person in Scottsdale or Capuchin or the Canago territory is having what he's having for breakfast today.
But you don't know that neither. You don't know that neither, Skerrit. Hey.
And people are colluding with these people, some of whom have never been to Dominica.
But they know about the CBI program. They don't need to know about Dominica. They know about the CBI program. There were auditors that come from journalists that came from all over the world following corruption and crime, and they followed Dominica. They followed Dominica and came to the Dominican people to warn the Dominican people what is happening. All of a sudden, we've seen all this kind of countries shutting down Dominica. Guatemala shut down Dominica. That's Ireland shut down Dominica. United Kingdom shut down Dominica. I think there was another one that shut down Dominica. And with all these shutting downs, you guys went to Rwanda and tried to seek diplomatic relations so that Dominica can have visa-free access to Rwanda. Which of Dominicans has gone to Rwanda? Huh? You having visa-free access to Rwanda. Who from Rwanda does come to Dominica? Or you ever met somebody from Rwanda in Dominica? One of all you ever go Rwanda? Huh? But we have visa-free access to Rwanda though. It's scary. Yo.
And who couldn't care hell whether Dominica exists or doesn't exist, and the Dominicans who are partnering with these people to undermine the opportunities of every single Dominican.
That's not what they're doing. They're trying to figure out what have you done to stop the Dominican people from flourishing. And that monies would have to come to Dominica to help the Dominican people. But since you do not want to be upfront and transparent, you know, as you say, transparent government that you apparently claim to be, or even though objective reality indicates otherwise, then they have to resort to going to the court to find out what has happened to the people's money. In fact, there are a number of people who are actually sponsoring this from Dominica. In fact, majority of people that are actually sponsoring this case against you, Skerrit, when you're concerned with people in the South and what they're eating for breakfast, the Dominican people are the ones sponsoring that to go forward to find out about their money. Imagine that.
This isn't about me. And people must never make this thing about me. This is about the country. When the Labour Party was in opposition, we never engaged ourselves in those kind of practices.
Because you know why? Well, first of all, when the Labour Party, from my understanding, was in power, all you claim the United Workers' Party was a leader of corrupt party. It's interesting. I even spoke to Cabral Douglas, the son of Rosie Douglas. And we had this podcast, brothers and sisters, where he was making mention that the Labour Party back in the day was making the claims that the United Workers' Party was very corrupt. You were very corrupt to the point where you guys stated, well, not you, but the Labour Party at the time, they claimed that Rosie Reginald Austria was part of that as well. Where they claimed that when they come into power, and that's how they got into power, by manipulating the people and lying to the people, they say they're going to find so much corruption in the United Workers' Party that they're going to paint the jail block blue. They're going to paint the jail block blue. Brothers and sisters, who is the most corrupt leader in the Caribbean today? I don't even answer that. All you know the answer to that. Let me see. Yes, brothers and sisters, click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that right there. Click the like button. Sally John, the Park of the Future. The Park of the Future. He just agreed to it without telling the people. Yeah, there's certain things that he tends to agree with, sign things and doesn't even consult the people on it. He just does his thing when he wants to do his thing right there. James Sorrendo, no. I guess you all are using the wrong method of bringing the message to the people. You should use scared words against him. That's what I always do, brothers and sisters. That's clearly in this here a reaction right there. Juanita Prince, his mouth getting dry, too many lies. Well, you know, sometimes his mouth can catch fire. He will still lie, brothers and sisters. That is the crazy part about it right there. Charles Skerrit, sick papa. Well, he can be a sick mama too. But I get your point right there. Let it go. Years ago, Skerrit had issues with owning a contractor for shareholders issues. I heard that, I think that is the land thing, if I'm not confused in that regard, but I think it's the land situation right there. On a hotel. What about the hotel? What about the Lie River Hotel project, brothers and sisters? I think there was $100 million that disappeared from that on the Skerrit Dam. Was it on the Skerrit Dam or on the previous individual right there? That's another whole project in that regard right there. Nakia Thomas, he's stating that these people never came to Dominica, but it have people who acquire Dominican citizenships. Nice point right there. That's a good one. That people who acquire Dominican citizenships and never step foot in Dominica, but they step in foot in other people's country because of Dominica's privileges. Interesting. Yes, very true. Right there.
Inform Eugenia Charles of the situation confronted by our industry. And they'll go to the British parliamentarians who were Labour Party parliamentarians and to get them to ask questions in the parliament on Dominica's behalf. But it cannot be right that that this is
Skerrit.
This is
Skerrit. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is that parliament on the industry, and they'll go to the one party was in opposition. This is about the country. When the Labour Party was in opposition, we never engaged ourselves in those kind of practices. Rosie would come and inform Eugenia Charles of the situation confronted by our industry. And they'll go to the British parliamentarians who were Labour Party parliamentarians and to get them to ask questions in the parliament on Dominica's behalf.
So why aren't you coming to the Dominican people to find out so that we can ask the right questions and maybe give you ideas for you to go and link up with the right set of people? Brothers and sisters, tell Skerrit bring back our money, Dominican for us, please, and tell him go about his business. Go and live in the Dubai hotel. Go ahead. You want to live your life? Go ahead.
But it cannot be right that this is politics. This is not politics. This is an attack on.
This is politics, sir. The policies that you're put in place based of matter of fact, the policies that have been put in place to secure Dominica's funds, that you somehow have decided it is your money, it's your more than your father dollars, and you decided you want to tell the Dominican people that is rightly due unto. It is not partisan that day. This is politics. And laws need to be checked to see if you have broken them, sir.
The country, it is an attack on the way of life and the livelihoods of Dominicans.
Bring back the money. Juanita, you said it right. They need to have a Calypso in February, whenever Calypso season is, brothers and sisters. Bring back the money. I think it have a song like that, you know. Mr. Abdullah, yes. But that is another thing. But anyways, bring back the money, man.
That the Yes We Care program, which is a program that is providing home care to senior citizens, many of whom who have helped build this country, or the foundations on which we're building this country, but who for one reason or the other did not meet sufficient Social Security or Provident Fund contributions.
I wonder why that is, Skerrit. Isn't it based off the 20 years that you have been in power that caused these people to not be able to meet that obligation? You're talking about elderly people. If you're talking about an 80-year-old, you have been in power, that means that person has been where? 60 years before you took power. And the person doesn't have enough. Matter of fact, when his Social Security is 60, let's say the person was at 50 years. Not having the funds because of all the craziness that you've done that has destroyed the people's ability to retain funds, and you're doing it today, Skerrit. You are allowing less money to be in the people's hands by putting more fees on them. Oh, Skerrit boy, bring back the money, boy.
And find themselves in a situation they either live alone or unable to pay for someone to care for themselves. And the government has this program that we send people to clean their homes, to bathe them, to cook for them, to let them feel that that we do care in Dominica, that we do have a caring nature within our DNA in Dominica. And this.
But Skerrit, wouldn't the houses before this? You make these houses for the elderly folks so they can come, and then you have people going there from time to time to take care of the elderly folks. And then the people who are younger and more stable, you put things in place that can actually help them, which apparently you're not doing at all. So you then have to make houses for people who are, strong and ready to do work. But based on what the economy is producing, they cannot make much money. They cannot make much money, so therefore they have to be reliant on what you give them, and they have to stay quiet.
Programs have been financed entirely by the CBI program. So you cannot want to take an action and not think of the implications of that action or the consequences of the action. Because if you're taking a decision and you don't think of the implications or the consequences of your decision, then it is even more dangerous than you taking the action.
Dentists hate when you do this, but they can't stop you.
Boy, that's scary. Brothers and sisters, sometimes I don't know. I really don't know. And Skerrit believe what he's saying, That is the part that burning me, It's either he believe what he's saying, or you want the people to believe what he's saying. It is very clear that you have been doing things behind the people's back, and people have no idea what you're doing with their money. So even if the courts were to shut down the CBI program, I think that would be a good thing. That might force you to do things that you would not normally do and give the power back to the people. It will also give the people a chance to understand where their monies are going, because the people have been asking about their monies. Like I indicated before, most of the people who are funding this thing is not outside, It is people in Dominica that funding it. There are people outside. I know some people outside that are funding it too, but there are people in Dominica that are funding that court case. So, Skerrit, what you're saying doesn't really add up. So you're saying that the very people who are funding this are the ones who are apparently somehow the ones working against themselves, Skerrit? Because you see the opposition leader them come out and they are the ones who are pretty much running the case. That doesn't make sense, Skerrit. That doesn't make any sense at all.
And so this is what it is. We'll continue to work with our regional international partners. We have a transparent, and also say that it is only when we came into government that people started talking about CBI, you know.
You're right. Well, I know about CBI from United Workers Party, but it wasn't to the prominence that it was under you. So you're right. But under that same CBI program, you were the ones who had the most corruption, not just for the CBI program, but for Dominica diplomatic passports, because I don't think the diplomatic passports are part of the CBI program. And criminals have obtained Dominica diplomatic passports. That was even on Al Jazeera. Criminals have obtained Dominica diplomatic passports. Didn't you guys meet up with Alison Maduke in some high-rise spot in New York? Didn't you guys stay there? There are pictures of you guys in high-rise places in New York and Alison Maduke there. And Alison Maduke is a criminal, or alleged to be a criminal based off their monies that she's involved in, the billions. Weren't you guys hiding Ali Reza Monfard in Dominica? Weren't you guys doing that? And then Interpol had to come and look for the man, and they chase him, or you send him go Dominican Republic and they find him. Boy.
The only thing people knew about CBI from 1993 was the Greystone Larry project. Nobody in Dominica could...
So what happened to that money? You know about the Larry project. What happened to that money, sir? Who's going to account for that money?
Tell us or show us from 1993 to 2000, what CBI did for us in Dominica. Nobody could show that to us. Nobody can show us what CBI money did for us from 1993 when it was established, March of 1993, to 2000. But you go across Dominica, and the society is dotted with interventions of the CBI. And I dare say with no fear of contradiction, every single household in Dominica has been touched by the CBI since the government came to office.
So the problem is not CBI touching Dominica, you know. If you raise $10, and only $2.50 have been used for a household, what has happened to the $7.5 that remains? You saying because everybody participated, they buy a bread for $2.50 and they share that bread in the household. It have 5 people. They share that one big mastiff bread, $2.50, brothers and sisters, and everybody get a piece. You are saying because everybody get a piece that the CBI program has done what it needs to do when there's $7.50 outside there? And the people now who in the midst who are eating a piece, check about with that not enough. To me, we give out a lot and we were able to raise $10. We only get $2.50. We want to know what happened to our $7.50. Because if the $10 does come in, we'll be able to buy 4 bread. And that 4 bread can then fill people better. But no, you saying because we buy 1 bread for $2.50 and we feed 5 people with pieces of that 1 bread, then that's what it should be. Skerrit, come on, wake up. Everyone. Brothers and sisters, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that right there. There's 147 of you guys. Click the thumbs up button for me, please. We have 75 likes. So maybe we had more likes than that. I don't know. But brothers and sisters, click the thumbs up button for your boy. Please and thanks. We're almost done with this here vibration. So let us continue right there. But before I do that, let me read what you guys are saying right there. Skerrit on the same issue. He disputes years ago. These current issues he's talking about. Yeah, he's talking about a current issue because they're going after... They bring the court system to find out what has happened with the monies. and stuff, and then he's making the claim to his followers who just ignorantly follow him. He's making a claim that they want to shut down the program. My point of view is I think they should shut down the program for true, so that you can truly find out what has happened with that money before the money goes forward. Because the only reason why they would shut down that program is if there's some cocoa macaque happening and they cannot prove what has happened with the money, because Skerrit has indicated that he would bring all the accounts to Dominica and has not done so. It would make sense if you are part of a house and eating from that very one bread, and then you know there's more monies inside there where you can be able to eat more bread, and you're just staying quiet. That's what Skerrit's saying. All you participate in eating one bread, stay quiet. Nonsense, Skerrit talking right there. So this is definitely current events in that regard right there. We all know when Skerrit tells lies. Yes, but some people apparently they don't care. Huh? Some people know that you're telling lies for you not to believe them. Some people know that you're telling lies and they don't care. Some people know that you're telling lies and they still believe in you. And then there's the minority that doesn't know that you're telling lies, and of course will swallow whatever you tell them right there. Sally is saying, good work. Touch the thumb up. Yeah, guys, click the thumbs up button for me, please. Okay, yeah, man. I brothers and sisters, sometimes these things just be tasking, but I definitely have to do them right there. I should have been out Vivian, man, but I decided, you know what, let me just, because anyways, yeah. Let's continue.
Whether it is sending somebody overseas for medical care, or history care, or somebody's employed, somebody went to study.
But why should you send people over for medical care when you can just take the monies to actually build supplies in the hospital and pay people adequately? What is so wrong in that, Skerrit? You have monies outside of Dominica, eh? I don't understand, Skerrit, you know.
So housing repairs, been touched by the CBI program. Because we always mention that this money has to be spent to improve the way of life of people.
True. And it has given a number of hungry people bread to eat in that house. But where's the rest of the monies to actually help develop these people, or to push these people to do better in society? Make them feel like what they're working for is actually living wage and not just the salary, where they cannot even save $200, and you as the budgeting master trying to teach them how to save $200 and they cannot save $200. Skerrit, come on. Wake up for me, please.
And this the only time these monies have been reported to the parliament is when we came to government, where you find it in the estimates of expenditure, revenues and expenditure in the government.
You're right, but not all has come in, Skerrit. You're saying just because some come in, just like my bread analogy, just because one bread come in, you're saying that is the success of the CBI, when 3 more breads, the potential of getting 3 more bread is outside there. You're saying because we have 1 bread inside, that's fine. No, Skerrit, it's not fine. It's not your money. Bring the people money for them.
And if you go to the estimates, you will see a separate line, revenues from CBI. And if you go to the capital estimates, you will see where it speaks to the projects that have been financed by the CBI.
Yes, but that is not all. Bring all the monies to do things for Dominica, please. It's not just about building roads and saying you building hotel and then people getting employed that have no benefit to the people. 3 people got over about $75 million US. 3 people got $75 million from my understanding as a result of the Kempinski Hotel. 3. How many Dominicans make a $10,000 on the Kempinski? How many Dominicans? How many Dominicans make a $10,000 at least? How many make $100,000? Huh?
In the estimates. So the reality is, if these guys were to be successful at their court action, all of those things will come to a halt. The international airport will come to a halt.
You just stated right there, you don't know what's going to happen. And if it does come to a halt, I think it'll be beneficial. Maybe that'll give you more wider regions for you to either leave because you suck. You're not doing your best. They give you a chance in 2004. You come in, you come back in 2005, you win the elections. Give the young man a chance, and we've been giving the young man a chance to the point where now take out the old man from there, please. That is how long you've been here. Give the young man a chance to know people saying, take out the old man from there for us, please. That is how long you've been there.
To a halt, the cable car will come to a halt, and this is not fear-mongering, this is a fact. Because if a tap is running and you close it, what happens? Water stops flowing. Simple as that.
But who's stopping the water from flowing? Not Skerrit, not you. You that failed to give proper account to the CBI program. This is why they have to take you to court. For the people to finally know what has happened, and they should go full swing with that. Oh, Skerrit, boy. Oh, you see. That's probably why he probably wants to run again, because he wants to remain a diplomat. He cannot just leave. Because if they find out what has happened with him and he's not under the protection of a diplomat, he's in problem.
If you're not making 158...
Skerrit, boy. Skerrit.
It's simple as that. And all of this will come to an end. And just to tell you, some people have this notion that the CBI is, you have money in the Middle East, and people just go and pick it up on the sand and put in a bag or a suitcase and bring it back.
Nobody has that notion at all, Skerrit. You just thought this up in your head and you decide that's what people thinking. Who thinking?
Look at the marina, for example, or the cable car or the international airport.
How can we look at the marina if we do have it, Skerrit? They're just doing testing on the cable car and they're making sure that everything works out. We still don't have that yet to even know what revenues are coming from that, Skerrit. So how can we look at these things? You talk about look at the marina. We have a marina. You that say that we?
Bring it back. Look at the marina, for example, or the cable car or the international airport.
We have an international airport, Skerrit. Skerrit.
Range, who's doing the marina, for example, are not waiting to process applications to start the project. They've gone ahead and contracted a loan of $25 million to start the project. Likewise, the cable car. They have not sold a fraction of the allocations they've given to us, but the project is 75% complete. The international airport, from the moment they signed, they started. They're advancing the monies. This is how these things operate.
Skerrit, what about the monies that kind of come to Dominica as a result of the corresponding banks? That you are fully responsible for. You are fully responsible for that, Skerrit. And then now you have to go and take loan from all kind of people to bring to Dominica. At least the corresponding banks will pass the loans because they know where the loans come from. But they don't know where the CBI...
And so... It is unfortunate that this is the action that they're taking.
Kudos to individuals who went out to actually do this. Big up to Lennox Linton and all the United Workers' Party people who went out to try to find out what has happened with that monies. Because Skerrit thinks that money is his. It's not yours, sir. It's the people's monies. And if the program have to halt, make it halt. It has to halt sometimes so that the people can get where they want. There must be some level of stopping. In other words, for you to be successful, brothers and sisters, sometimes you have to fail. You have to fail at certain things because for you to become more successful, because you get to learn at your failures. Sometimes to know where we're going with the CBI funds, it has to be halted so we can finally get the monies that is truly due to Dominica.
We're not surprised. We're not surprised at that. And we will continue to do what we have to do. On the legal issues, I leave it to the Attorney General, who is the government's principal legal advisor, to defend the state's interests in this matter. So I won't go into legal issues or the details of the case. The Attorney General I will assign, of course, constitutionally is assigned to deal with such matters of any legal challenge to the government.
Yeah. I was going to say something in that regard. Let me leave that.
But we will be as transparent as I've always been.
Skerrit, you haven't been transparent, Skerrit. That's not true. Can any Dominican out there agree that Skerrit has been transparent? And if people were to say yes, my next follow-up question would be, what is the MOU between Dominica and China? What is it? Transparency. How are so many how are so many criminals obtaining Dominica passports if Dominica has the most robust due diligence program? That's what I would ask normal people. Because I know there will be some people who tell me yes. And then I'll ask them these questions and they would not be able to answer it. And then I'll tell them, go ahead, do your research and then come back to me to find out what it actually is, because we know we have these kind of understandings, but we don't know what is in it. So what are you talking about transparency? We don't even know what happened to the monies. When you came on the radio and you indicated to the people that all the monies, before Lennox had this whole thing where he tells the people to shut down the country. Guys, I think I'm going to stop right there. When Lennox came and said that, we're going to shut down the country, before he stated this, you said all the monies came to Dominica. You said that, Skerrit. You said all the monies came to Dominica. There's no monies outside there. Then on the radio, when they were supposed to shut down the country, you came and said the same thing. Then later on, you stated that the funds are for development. The funds that are outside there are for development, which means that there are actually more funds outside there. You just decided to clarify it or classify it as development funds, or funds that are for development. So they were literally funds outside there, yet you came to lie to the Dominican people and tell them that all the funds came to Dominica. Even before that, when Lennox them was saying that there's monies outside there that has not come to the consolidated fund based of the law. And I think it was Anthony who finally admitted that yes, there are monies outside there. Not just that, remember when after Hurricane, I think it was Reginald who said that Skerrit had some monies hiding somewhere. He said that Skerrit had the monies somewhere. I think it was $500 million or 500,000. I think it's $500 million maybe, or $500,000. 500 and something, whether it's million or you get the point. Skerrit had that monies outside there. I think it's 500 million. Saying he doesn't know how Skerrit knew that something was going to happen, or he had the vision to ensure that these monies were outside there. And I'm thinking to myself, well, Reginald's saying this, yet still Skerrit is coming and says CBI monies that have been used. And then they also utilize the airport funds that I think they were given about $5 to $10 million every month, leading towards the airport fund. Based on the calculations, that would be a lot of millions of dollars. So that is done. Reginald says some $500 million or $500,000, that is gone. And then the CBI funds that were raised. Brothers and sisters, make it. The math isn't mathing right now, brothers and sisters. The math is definitely not mathing right there. Let me see. Let me just read the last set of comments that you guys are seeing right there. We all know that Skerrit tells lies. Yes. Google, touch the thumbs up button, brothers and sisters. Don't forget to click the like button. I would appreciate that right there. James is saying that's what I'm talking about. CBI is already Dominica's money, so whatever investment. First of all, I don't know why Skerrit keeps calling himself an investment. What are you investing? Are you investing Dominica's money? And if you invest in Dominica's money, how does the Dominican people not know what you invest in the money in? You call yourself the investment leader. What is the investment minister? Brothers and sisters, I know a little something about investment. When you invest in, you're actually taking monies that is yours and you're putting it in something. But you cannot be taking Dominican money and the people don't know what you invest in. What is going on right there? Sally saying, good work. Touch the thumbs up here. Okay, just read that. Sally saying, you should get paid for marketing Dominica. Well, I definitely should be getting paid to market Dominica. Let me tell you something now. I have done marketing for different Caribbean islands and for different organizations, and I am very happy when I see the funds that come my way. It's not like it's a daily thing, you know. But I remember last year especially, I think I got one of the biggest stuff. I had to do some videography thing for some individuals in New York. And man, for 3 days, bro. 3 days. They had us in some Manhattan. What is Manhattan by Times Square? They had us there in that hotel. Nice hotel, you know. Everything was catered already. Stipend. because for staying there, and if you want to go out or whatever. And at the end of the project, brothers and sisters, I was very happy on the little project. And some of the things you know why I was happy about it, brothers and sisters, because some of the things that I get to do in Dominica, and sometimes I don't see a single dime. YouTube helps out a little here and there when I do my stuff, so I'm okay when it comes down to YouTube. But when it comes down to actual projects, sometimes you don't even get paid for these kind of things in Dominica. When you go overseas and you do half of what you're doing in Dominica, brothers and sisters, and the kind of funds that comes in to actually help you, it's incredible. It's incredible, man. I remember my first time I got one of the biggest projects, because I worked for 2 companies in North Carolina, and I did some man, yo. So, the projects, but definitely, I can do way more than Discover Dominica does. I can do way more than Discover Dominica can ever do. By myself, I can do it. Because one of the things that I have, because I'm sure you guys remember the Jingle Jam video that I did. The one with my Buttercup and, I was my Shaquanda's father and this kind of things there. The reason why that video went far was because of some of the associates that I had. So I sent the video to them and I told them to share it with their peoples and stuff, and that video went viral. I think it has 2-point-something million views right now. Or 3-point-something million, I'm not sure. But that video went viral like crazy. But you see, people don't know who you have or the connections that you actually have. Sometimes people see me in certain areas and check how I end up there. just 2 weeks ago, hey, they see me crazy and they check how you end up there. Yo, people just don't know what kind of connections you have, man. But it is what it is. Let the other Caribbean islands utilize us. So when we create the videos and we send it on the platforms and these kind of things, that they're happy for these kind of things. And then we end up doing our own little videos on YouTube and these kind of things there. So, but people have no idea. So that's, you think Discover Dominica can ever reach in my food? Ever? I don't want to boast, but yeah. Where was I? But yeah, whether I get paid or not in Dominica, it really doesn't matter. Who calls for me, calls for me. Who doesn't call for me, c'est la vie. At the end of the day, I never lose out. So it is what it is. Lady Go, did he just describe himself? She got in trouble in the UK. What happened to her? Who exactly are you talking about? She got in trouble in the United Kingdom. I don't know. Lady Go, please clarify who exactly you're talking about right there. David Son is saying this is a shameless man killing the people's livelihood. Yeah. Skerrit is literally destroying Dominican people's livelihood. This is not by mistake, no. This is by design. This is literally intentionally done to the Dominican people, Literally. How we have so much businesses that just flop just like that. Them man make Ross University go. Ross, you think Ross wanted to go? Ross didn't want to go, no? Ross University didn't want to leave Dominica, Them man made Ross University go. I remember the sadness on these people. See, they trying to work with the government. They I know they didn't like Skerrit, but they tried to work and, to the point where some of them was saying, okay, let me just leave that. Let's continue in that regard right there. Lady Go is saying, that bread is lusty, man. Well, them kind of, by the way, them mastiff bread, not mastiff again, nah? I don't know if it's probably me that getting older. Well, not older. I grew from a little boy to who I am today. And maybe I grow, and the bread gets smaller. But to me, last 2 years, the bread was, or before the Rona situation, to me, the bread was bigger. You guys can let me know if I'm actually correct right there. But to me, the bread was bigger. Yeah. So the mastiff not mastiffing again. James Skerrit doesn't have sense. He has sense. Don't fool yourself, Skerrit, he has a lot of sense. It's just that his sense is not for the benefit of the people, it's for themselves and his colleagues. It's kind of like you having a gold mine. And for you to truly, you are the true responsibility of spreading that gold throughout the city, throughout the community. But because you have a gold mine, you now want that gold for yourself. And because the people know that there's some sort of gold, but they're not really sure how much gold are there, they decide to give a little piece. And they take the 90% and they have the 90% out there, and they come and give the 10% and make it seem that is all that is there. That is exactly what Skerrit has done. When Skerrit come and say all the monies that was supposed to was from CBI came to Dominica, he said that multiple times. It is only the first time when he mentioned about the additional monies that were there for development that are outside is when Lennox them come and claim about, not claim, but wanted to shut down the country, shut down businesses and this kind of things there. That is how we end up knowing about the development fund that Skerrit was talking about that is still outside there. Imagine that. So that is the same premise that we're talking about. Davidson is saying it's time to shut down CBI and rebuild our agriculture. Yeah, I think that's the way forward for Dominicans to finally feel liberated. Listen to Skerrit properly. When he has a written statement, he is in line with what he's saying. But when he keeps trying to explain on his own thoughts, he strays away. He tends to do that from time to time. Lady Go, that's what banks are there for. You send money through banks, you can't be found carrying large amount of money. Your friend got caught carrying money in the UK. He's lying to the people. I think you're talking about was it Denzel? I think Denzel them will copy some monies and they couldn't pass with it. I think Denzel and somebody else. I think that's what you're talking about right there. Plug Loan, yes that's an interesting name. If it's Skerrit to do the development of Dominica, I wonder if he knows how to build and design. Well, we don't know if Skerrit know how to build anything or design anything. That is if Skerrit know how to draw. But he know how to definitely screw up a country. Well, sure. They must write a movie about Skerrit boy. But how is selecting the independent body? Who is selecting the independent body? That's an interesting question. Who is that independent body? Not necessarily independent. Because I remember when Skerrit wanted somebody mutual and they wanted to do electoral reform, they hired Dennis Byron, if that's his name, Dennis Byron. So Dennis Byron, they hired him. He did the work. It took a long time. Skerrit called elections again, which was kind of crazy, even though he knew that somebody was doing electoral reform, but he claimed he didn't get it. That's... Anyways, so $750,000 was spent out of the people's pockets. Skerrit got the report, and then he rejected the report. He got the report, then rejected the report. So $750 just went by right there. Danielle, but who is, Nakia, Skerrit is scared and looking for sympathy, from the less fortunate and vulnerable, the people who don't think, brothers and sisters. This is why I think the great book says get wisdom. And not just knowledge, you can have a lot of knowledge but not have the wisdom to use the knowledge that you have. So some people might have a lot of knowledge but do not know how to use that knowledge. There's another thing when some people don't have knowledge but they have wisdom, but they are the right set of people that you need to listen to. Just like how we look at the people who have degrees and say, oh, that person is... I remember one of I would still call her a friend or something. My friends are like my family. My real friends, I call them like my family and stuff. And then the people that I mingle with, I call them friends and stuff. But anyways, I was having a conversation with her. She's one of the individuals who are NYPD people from Dominica. Anyways, I was talking to her and, talking about the whole Rona situation. And she would tell me about her fiancé. Her fiancé is a doctor. And, her doctor. And she tell me, who do you think I'm going to listen to? Should I listen to you? You're not a doctor. Or should I listen to my fiancé who's a doctor? No, I do all sorts of research for me to then talk to people about what I know, that is backed up by solid evidence. So, she says she can listen to fiance instead of me. Who was right? Me. Who was right in the long run? Me. There was another one who had a set of complications. That one didn't listen to me either. Because she then went to a doctor and a doctor told her, okay, just take the injection just in case. You never know what happened. I said, don't take the thing. And that messed that woman. Boy. Who was right, brothers and sisters? I don't want to say me, but Miss Telix was right here. Juanita Prince. Mastiff bread is not what it... Yeah, I checking mastiff bread, not what it used to be at all. The mastiff is not mastiffing. Nakia Skerrit knows well what's going to happen to the CBI and how he's going to be exposed. Yes, he knows that. So he wants to get some sort of sympathy. And this is one of the reasons why I believe he wants to come back again so he can be under the diplomat status. Once you're under diplomat status, it's a bit difficult to get you arrested. I think you have to be outside of your jurisdiction or something of that sort for you to get arrested when it comes down to the situation right there. But that is another story. So I'm guessing he wants that level of protection. And Lady Go is then agreeing with Nakia. Yeah. And Nakia says Skerrit knows well what's going to happen to the CBI and how he's going to be exposed for his corruption. So he's trying to take a front. Yeah. Yes. You're right. Because as you talk about that, I remember the whole Rona situation where a number of us was actually putting on the evidence and the information right there. I know where it started, I know where it came from, I know the people are associated to it and how it ended up in the United States and what is in the United States went to China and all those kind of things. I know everything from the part. Then people literally deleted all my videos. Why? So they can start pushing their narrative. They wanted to push their narrative, brothers and sisters. So they took down our videos because we were the ones in the forefront. And they took out our videos. The same thing. You run ahead to tell the people a story so that they will, oh, okay, well, that makes sense on that regard. And when the people come up with a story now that counteracts what you're saying, it's got to be about difficult for them to believe what the new person is saying because the first person actually came out to say it. You know, that's the kind of thing that they tend to do right there. It's a mental thing how humans tend to look at certain things right there. Plug loan is back in the building. Money used is wrong ways. What? Maduki. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get you. Yeah. I get you. Lady Go. All right, cool. Yeah, Maduki. I listen, Maduki. Sally John. A GoFund for these people. You, Matt, could get the people to help one another and get back united. Nah. The people have to want these things. I remember when people tell me, Mr. Liz, why don't you run for mayor or run to represent the city and whatever? I say, who are you going to represent? People who do not want to come together to work. So I'm just going to go just for me to say I have the name of mayor or these kind of things. That doesn't make sense to me, brothers and sisters. If I'm in anything, the people who know me, if I'm in anything, what I'm in has to be successful. It has to be successful. It's not might. We might fail a few times, but it must be successful in the long run. So if I have to be in any charge of community or this kind of things, what we're doing must be successful. For it to be successful, you have to have the right set of people that want the success themselves. You know, waiting for me to come, just like the opposition leader, they come in and talking and this kind of things there, and then, you know, people are riled up and then they don't do nothing at all. They're not doing nothing at all. So this is one of the moves that I actually say is actions. And I see a number of persons who are actually contributing to that. And I give kudos to the individuals for definitely contributing in that regard right there. Jawiwi boy. What kind of name is that? But Skerrit, move your mighty artillery is there. And allow the people and country to grow. Dominica, all yourself. Yeah, the people are responsible for the growth, man. The people are the full responsible for the growth. Alan Works, Miss Legs, there's a new video from 2 days ago talking about the death of... Yeah, this is what I wanted to do as well. But I did the poll, and you came a little late. I did the poll, and the people wanted the press conference, so I did that one instead. So that's how we ended up doing that one right there. Anyways, guys, I've been here a bit too long. Okay, I've been here for over 2 hours. Let me see. Yes, 2 hours and 9 minutes. I've been here. So, guys, you can tune in. Man, this week is gonna be crazy. I could maybe try to do it on Tuesday, but it would not be in the night. To do the other thing right there, the Daniel Lagor thing. Guys, just keep posted, man. I'll let you guys know. I'll be doing reactions, so I'll just let you guys know. Follow me on the reactions for you to know when I'm gonna do the this one right there. This is a very interesting thing, and I think they hold Dennis we boy.
Your child.
Okay, well, you get the point right there. Anyways, I'm gonna end this stuff right there, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys for definitely coming in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Like I indicated before, if you have not clicked the thumbs up button yet, click the thumbs up button. I think the most people that came in was about 160 something of you guys. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. And with that, steady right there. Do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hopefully you guys went to church. I went to church. I still in my church shirt. Right there, guys. So, yeah. LL, your reactions are growing stronger and stronger, Mr. Leaks. Yeah, guys, I whether I grow or not doesn't really matter for me. I'm just making sure whoever is there, we can learn. You guys are interacting with me, and I'm happy about that. So, that's where I stand in this thing. I don't even share my videos, man. I should be sharing this thing, but I don't even share. So whoever shows up, guys, when it comes on to these reactions, then I do definitely appreciate you guys. Obviously, people are going to be watching the reactions after, even when I do the live ones. So I know, a few thousand people are going to be looking at this stuff. Anyways, so I appreciate those who rock with me today, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Like I indicated before, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. There's 128 of you guys. 94 likes. I appreciate the 94 likes. But let's get this to 100 now, guys. Can we get this thing to 100 in less than 1 minute? I think that would be nice if we are able to get this thing to 100 likes in less than 1 minute. Because in less than 1 minute, I'm going to be closing on this stuff right there. Let's see if we can get this thing to 100 likes right there. I see 94 likes are in the building. Please click the thumbs up button, guys. Jowie boys, tubes, Mr. Avdi, please tired, man. Yeah. And people working like dog, I tell you. And people doesn't see the growth. People just working hand to mouth, nothing, boy. That is truly something else right there, brothers and sisters. That is truly something else right there. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to end it. I see we went up by 1. So I guess we have 5 more to go with about, okay, we go by 2. Yes, guys, we have about, 20 seconds remaining. So I guess we have 4 more likes to reach 100. Now we go back down. I guess somebody forget they like the video. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Next time we hold a challenge to reach 100 likes. 100 likes right there. Okay, 97. Hopefully we can make it, guys. 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds. I don't even watching that, brothers and sisters. What I going to hope for it does actually work. And with that still right there, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hopefully you guys will learn something from this. And with that still right there, be real. Salute the king. Be positive.